So I just finished listening to a Blurry Creatures podcast where they were talking to Joel Richardson. He wrote a book, actually I think 2 books, where he had went to what he believes is the true Mount Sinai. And after reading them myself and listening to him, I believe that's where he was. I had read a book back in the 90s, or I believe it was maybe the early 2000s, called The Gold of Exodus, where a guy named Bob Cornuke and a friend of his were at the same place, and they believed it was the true Mount Sinai. But anyway, during that discussion, they were talking about Nephilim. They were talking about the giants. I've never talked about that in any of my videos. I don't know that I've ever talked about it in any of the posts I've written. I need to quit swinging. My wife says that drives her crazy. Genesis 6 talks about the sons of God coming down, mingling with the daughters of men, and because of that, giants were born, men of renown. Just to make a long story short, I do believe that, how do I say it? I do believe that the giants actually, or excuse me, the angels actually came down, had sex with women, children were born, these children become giants. Now, whether they were 30 and 40 feet tall, like some of the people say, I mean, some of this stuff gets really extravagant, which is why I don't talk about it much. There's way too much controversy and conspiracy that goes along with it. But I do believe that giants were born of these unions. I believe when we read the story of David and Goliath, that's exactly what Goliath was. I believe Goliath was just as big as the Bible says he was. Goliath had 4 brothers, or it might have been sons, I can't remember. And we know how much trouble that caused David during his kingship. If you hadn't listened to that podcast, like I said, it's Blurry Creatures. That's pretty good. Blurry Creatures talks about these entities a lot. You know, Dr. Michael Heiser talks about it. He believes that the Nephilim that died in the flood, the spirits of these Nephilim are actually the demons. I don't know if I agree with that. I've always kind of thought maybe it was the fallen angels, but hey, I'm not an expert on that kind of stuff. But I got a lot I can say about it, but this is going to be a short video, so maybe I'll make a longer video in the future. But anyway, just some thoughts I'm throwing out there. If you're watching this and you like what I'm putting out there, hit that subscribe button, help me get them algorithms out. All I'm trying to do is share the gospel with people. I'm not making a dime. That's all I care about. God bless you.